from Respect saying, you lot aren't playing chess, you're playing Connect 4. And he's right. Obviously, I'm outside. Internet's still down. As you can see, bloody talk. They said, when was it? I'll probably film out. Basically, they said 2 to 3 working days on the 23rd. And it's bloody well still, how long is it now? It's like 7 days now. So talk, you're done it here, man. As soon as my contract ends, I'm leaving. Because the thing is, one way you judge kind of a company is not only if the service goes well, because the service gone well for the last couple of years, but it's how do they deal with problems. And talk is terrible dealing with problems. Their call centers are freaking ridiculous, man. Oh, good early morning. Yeah. Oh, the new one is hello customer, hello Mr. Customer. All right, so what is this about? So let me just say something. I told you so. Yeah, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. And who am I telling? I told you so too. Now I have got my gloves on because for some reason, whenever I'm here, I just can't stop hitting the bag for some reason. Who am I saying this to? To the Sikhs that are against me. Yeah, you're still against me, but I've told you so. Yeah, because what's been proven over the last, I think, week or so is that people on Faz's channel don't respect Sikhs. They don't respect Sikhs. Yeah, they don't respect Sikhs at all. Their views of Sikhs is becoming very apparent now, because in the beginning, you know, when they're not talking about Sikhs, people don't know what they think of Sikhs. But I've always known, because they let things slip with me. But people will say, oh, they're only going against you, Raj. Now they're doing it as a generalization of Sikhs. No one can say this against me. Yeah, they're talking about Sikhs in a particular fashion that has been said to me. Yeah, and they're just letting out exactly what I've been saying for the last couple of years, that these guys, yeah, have no respect for Sikhs. Yeah, I'm not saying Muslims. I'm talking about the guys that are on these panels and stuff. Yeah, most of them just don't. Yeah, most of the Sunni Muslims. I'm not talking about Shias or Sufis and stuff like that, because obviously they get their own stick from the majority Sunni anyway. But you know, I've already got like an hour and a half of just compilation of all the disrespect, the outright insults. I mean, today, I think it's Monday today. Oh my God. I mean, Triller. Yeah, Triller. You know, I don't want people to say I'm radicalizing you, but you heard what happened. Yeah, you heard what happened. You jumped on there. You was very polite. You was very nice. You was trying to be polite, and that Abu Kantada jumps on, and he starts laughing at an aspect of Sikhi that we have as our 5Ks, which is keeping your hair. Just totally laughing in your face. Yeah, you was totally respectful. Big up to yourself for keeping your calm though, because it shows you as Sikhs, you know, we're taught to behave in a particular way. And so slowly it's coming out. The same stream I heard Halima, that Jareel, that nasty goddamn little Jareel, saying that all Sikhs marry their siblings, and that's why they're all like this, all messed in the head and stuff. Now, Halima, the last time I saw, we can't even marry full fifth cousins, but you're probably married to your cousin, brother. That's probably why you forgot to look after your kids. Remember when that one of your kids nearly drowned? You know, I'm just saying, it was in the paper, so I'm just just saying what people know. You know, you're a very incompetent mother. Yeah, you should probably start looking after your children rather than texting, which is probably what you've done on that day, or, you know, on the internet. God knows what's going on in your house. We don't even know if there's a fire going on. We know you're incompetent as a mother. We know that because in the paper in 2006, Halima Banaras or Oxford, there was a whole article about you where your kid nearly drowned because of your incompetency, and a kuffar had to save them. So, you know, you should be grateful to us kuffar. We got to the kuffar, we run things. Now, when it comes to Halima, I've decided to actually report her to Prevent. And I know people are going to say, oh, you report everyone. I don't. I've reported very few people because there's no point unless you have clear-cut evidence and names and stuff. It's very, very difficult for them to find out who they are unless you can prove they're a danger. Now, with her, I've got full details because obviously I had to deal with the police and stuff because she was sending letters to my home and all this kind of stuff. I decided to report to Prevent because I was going over the live streams, and the last couple of ones, oh my God, man, she doesn't even know how radical she is. That's what's so dangerous about this Jareel. She doesn't even know how radical she is. So I will be reporting her to Prevent, no doubt about it, as soon as my internet's up, because I have to think of my safety. I have to think of my family safety. I have to think of the wider public, because I think this woman's up to a point, because of whatever's happened to her, whatever's going on. She's up to a stage now where she's a danger to the public, in my opinion. And if she's not, Prevent can, you know, check on it. And I'm not even joking, guys. I will be reporting it, because the stuff she's saying and doing online. Remember, her other channels already got shut down for hate speech, and obviously I got that. And the police have already spoken to her and warned her about, you know, not talking about me and stuff, because she was going crazy. But she's still doing it. But the last couple of videos, because I have to listen through them once, just to hear what's going on. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, I don't even think she understands how crazy she is. Even her Muslim brothers and sisters say she's Majnun or something. And I believe her. She's an absolute freaking nut job. And the worst thing about it, these people are actually crazy and dumb and retarded like her. They're dangerous to the public. We don't know what she's going to do with a kitchen knife, or what she's going to do, like, you know, just gender. We don't know what day she's going to snap and what she's going to do to people. Especially for me now, because she's very radicalized about the Sikh community, yeah? She hates Sikhs on a next level. And what's so strange about this is that she's only encountered around 2 Sikhs here that she doesn't like online, yeah? And she's now judged a whole 30 million Sikhs because of that. That's a bit like when people say don't judge all Muslims because, you know, a couple of thousand of them or millions of them are, you know, killing people and all that kind of stuff and doing terrorism. Don't judge the whole community, the 1 point something billion. And I agree with that. But, you know, she obviously has a hatred for Sikhs, and I need to find out how much of a danger she is to Sikhs now, in my opinion, because her rhetoric towards us is getting real dangerous, in my opinion. Do you know what? I need to put this thing up on a stand. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, sorry, my arm's hurting a bit. I must hold this as well. It's late. You don't know who's going to turn up at night. Obviously, I can't do this. It's too late, yeah. So the thing is, yeah, like I said, I told you so, yeah? I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. To the Sikhs out there, because, you know, even Theological, who has been probably the most outspoken person against me in terms of Sikhs ever. I don't even think Muslims have gone after other Muslims as much as he has done with me. But even you, Theological, yeah? You're being called out as being too soft, yeah? Have I proven a point to you? I know it's hard, a bit of pill to swallow for you, yeah? Because I feel sorry for you in the sense that you've given everything, yeah, to try and, you know, and whatever I think of you, you've definitely gone for me. I mean, you've probably gone for me more than anybody else I know, yeah? And I don't like you for that, because I knew these guys don't respect you, yeah? They don't respect you. And the reason they don't respect you is because if you listen to the streams, yeah, they're saying you didn't do nothing. Even though there's evidence upon evidence of you calling me out, we've had falling out on the biggest scales. I've said stuff to you, you said stuff to me, and it's all to do with the fact that you're trying to back these guys up, yeah? And at the end of the day, yeah, it is a bitter pill to swallow, Theological, but I hope you swallow it, because they don't respect you, yeah? If you look at when Fudul Faz done a show today, he said, I'm going to be nice to the Sikhs. What did he do? He played Bhangra. He played Bhangra. And also there's another guy, Wolfgang as well, you little pussy, oh, Wolfgang, you're my radar, man. You're my next project, yeah, after Fadik. Fadik, we're going to see what Fadik starts. So, you know, Fadik reactionary, we'll see what he does. But Wolfgang, you are as well, yeah. I think I know who you are now, yeah, and I'm going to start digging into who you are, because you want to start contacting my Gurdwara, you want to do this, you're saying Sikhs are this, Sikhs are that. You said that all Sikhs, yeah, families are drunks, yeah, everyone in the Sikh families are drunk. Every Sikh family has a drunk in the family, like immediate family, yeah? Now, this is how they see Sikhs, yeah? They like Sikhs, yeah, that are drunken, Bhangra-loving fools, yeah? Those are the type of Sikhs they like, yeah? And this is why when Faz played the video, he didn't play stuff about Sikhi, you know, about the Langar and how Sikhs are respected around the world for, you know, being pillars of the community, because we are. And I know it hurts you guys, because you can't figure out why is it that the Sikh community, who when they're in big numbers or even in small numbers, are so beloved in every country they go to, yeah? Look at New Zealand, look at Australia, look at Canada, look at the UK, and why is it that we have been given certain privileges, yeah, and rights, like to carry the Qur'an? Because, dude, we are respected people, yeah? Obviously there's bad apples in every community, but overall, We have been shown to be law-abiding up to a point, very, a very kind of like integrated community. Now, I said before, yeah, if Muslims were allowed to carry a knife openly, someone will be dead in 10 seconds. I'm being straight with you. Don't you know that, and I know that, yeah? So the thing is that you have to understand, you gain respect for how you behave, yeah? And unfortunately, we can't, I'm not going to feel bad that the Sikhs are liked, and the Muslim community, yeah, or Sunni Muslims in particular, have a image problem. That's your people that need to sort that out, yeah? Now, when you're talking about, oh, you need to sort Raj out, you need to sort Raj out, I was listening to it, yeah? I was like, you know, on these YouTube streets, yeah, there's around probably 200 regular people. If you go to Velis, you go to Raspix, you go to Fudul Fazi, you go to mine, you go to one other thing. Out of those 200, there's probably around 15 Sikhs, yeah? Out of those 200, probably 15 Sikhs are regulars. Half of those Sikhs are against me, yeah? And all of a sudden, those Sikhs that are against me are suddenly silent. I wonder where they gone on Fudul Fazi's channel. Real One, Mr. Singh, and his pussy or Shairaj. All of a sudden, they're on the chat. Oh, they're either gone or they're crying and bitching in the chat. And so you need to understand, yeah, this YouTube thing that we're doing only has a very small, actually no impact on the real world. In fact, no impact, yeah, or very like 0.1%, because this is not Speaker's Corner. This is a very minuscule microcosm of a tiny little community who are the same people. So if you think you're going to go to the Sikhs and go, yeah, just doing this, they're going to say, who is he? Like, what do you mean? I've not heard nothing. And even if they did come up to me and a Sikh come up to me, I say, all right. Because what I've realized now, yeah, in the last couple of months, I was trying to look at through my old videos, yeah, just to see whether I've said anything that, you know, is, you know, could be construed as being anti-Muslim or Islamophobic. And I was looking through, I was like, hold on a second, I haven't really spoken about nothing for the last couple of months. The only thing I've spoken about is children being adults, children's not being adults. Like, you can't have a 10-year-old adult. It's impossible. It just can't happen. It's never happened and it can never happen. And so when I say that, all of a sudden that's Islamophobic. Yeah? And to see her live, you of all people should understand that when you said, yeah, that, you know, a 9-year-old can't be an adult in the 21st century, you was then called an Islamophobe and you're insulting a prophet and all that kind of stuff. Was you? No, you wasn't. You were just saying today's age, you don't believe that should be true. So for you lot, yeah, I've realised now that any argument you have towards me, I'm just going to ask, if a Sikh does come up to me and say, dude, do you agree that 9-year-olds can be adults? And if someone says that, should I call them out? And if they say no, that you shouldn't call them out, I'll say, why not? Because, you know, you got to stop saying this stuff, otherwise I will not talk about it. If I hear a grown-ass man like Fadak, yeah, reactionary, saying, yeah, time and time again, just a couple of weeks ago as well, that he can't answer a basic question, can a 9-year-old child in Vietnam be an adult, and he can't answer no, then there's a problem, and we should be calling those people out because they're a danger to society. I'm still figuring out whether to report him. We'll see what he says in the next couple of weeks. Now, like I said, yeah, it is a bit of pill to swallow for the Sikhs, yeah, that was siding with these guys. But I'm glad it's happening, yeah. And I know people are going to say, Raj, oh, they're insulting. I know they're insulting big time. I heard the other day, Dogger, you're a pussy of the highest order. Do you know what I'm going to do for you, yeah? Because the thing about you, you're a right little cunt, yeah. I'm going to actually start releasing all the text, yeah, that you sent. Remember the text that you were saying that the Kashmiris are the groomers up north? Remember those texts? You know those texts where, oh yeah, I agree with you, Raj. Up north, yeah, the majority of the groomers are Kashmiri. Now you're denying it. I'm going to release all your texts, you little pussy-o, yeah? I'm going to release every single one of you backbiting your brothers, your Muslim brothers, siding with me. And if I, yeah, can get the audio that I recorded and cancel out all your family stuff, yeah, because obviously there are people talking in the background. If I can figure out how to do that, you're lucky I won't put it up. The only reason I haven't put it up here, Pudida, is because of the fact that your family's in the background. Otherwise, I would have put it up here, but I have to figure out a way. How can I just get your voice and just clear out everything? Because the stuff you was talking about your Muslim brothers, oh, that one there, this one there, oh yeah, Faz this, that, and don't deny it, because I got the recording. Yeah, I can't play it yet because I need to figure out how to cancel out the rest of the noise in the background, because I'm not putting up the innocent people's voices in there. Yeah, yeah. Luckily, I got morals and stuff. So when it comes to this whole situation, yeah. Now, Fudul Faz has said he's going to do the show for another month. Good, yeah, because what's happening is the longer they're doing the shows, the more insults are coming out, yeah. So in the beginning, they kept it quite thingy, and slowly, it's coming out. Now, today has been one of the worst ones, obviously, because, you know, Halima on this and that, you know, Sikhs are this and Sikhs are that. They marry their own siblings, and Faz was like, hee, do they? And all of this stuff. We don't do cousin marriage, dude. That's why we don't have any kind of like, you know, crazies like you in there. And so when it comes to that, let them do it, yeah. To the Sikhs out there, yeah. Let them bonk, yeah. Let them bonk like kutte, yeah. Let them bonk, let them bark, because the more they're talking, yeah, the more they're letting the mask slip that I've said for 3 years. I've said for 3 years they have no respect for Sikhs. I used to say to the Lodgen, dude, you don't know what they think of you in reality. These guys, I'm not talking about Muslims in general, I'm talking about these particular guys. They don't have no respect for you, yeah. Real One and Mr. Singh, they have no respect for you, yeah. Yeah, the only reason they like you is because you're going for me. As soon as you're, in order to get to me, and maybe R.S. Sid, who isn't really even Sikh, to be honest with you. I don't know what he is here, but I don't think he's a Sikh, in my opinion, because of the stuff he said. They're going to go and do weeks and weeks of shows disrespecting Sikh. Now, the thing is, I don't mind you doing it, yeah? I don't mind. In fact, for me, it's a good thing, because you're proving my point 100%. You cannot talk about other people's faiths without disrespecting. Now, you may say it's a fact what you're saying. Like I heard Dogra, that little Fudul, he was saying that, you know, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he wasn't a guru, he wasn't like a religious man. What he was actually a philosopher. All right, it was like Socrates. All right, if I said Prophet Muhammad was not a prophet, but was just like Socrates, Islamophobia, yeah. So this is what I've said from day one, and I've said this categorically. The Sunni Muslims in particular, the majority, disrespect everybody else's faith on a next level, yeah, all the time, yeah. If you watch back the shows, the amount of disrespect to their own little sect here, like Shias and the Sufis and stuff like that. I think Sufi Islam looks amazing in my opinion. You know, when they, you know, enjoying themselves praying and stuff like that. They're not freaking miserable little bitches. They're just like enjoying themselves. I don't really have no problem with it. And so, but they see that as something evil and stuff like that. And so they're always disrespecting it to their own. Okay, you could say they're Muslims. Okay, so they're disrespecting their own thingy. But then you see the Hindus. The amount of anti-Hindu stuff on their stuff is unbelievable. Yeah. Then you have the Christian stuff about, you know, Jesus not being God. Yeah. Jesus not being crucified. Jesus not being resurrected. Yeah. And then they cry about DCCI. Yeah. And this is what I said, yeah, to people like the Triller and them lot, because I was saying, look, dude, you don't understand, yeah. When you go Speaker's Corner, I don't agree with DCCI and Hatun. I think they're going too far. But I understand why they would want to defend Christ and criticize Islam, because every time you go to the park, I'd heard it a billion times. We believe in Jesus, but Jesus didn't die on the cross. Jesus wasn't resurrected. Jesus wasn't God. Jesus wasn't that. So you're basically disrespecting their religion, saying that, and all the time in Speaker's Corner, the Bible's corrupted. The Bible. Well, then when someone starts saying the Quran's corrupted, why are you crying? You give, but you can't take, yeah? And now what I'm going to say to the Sikhs here, let them give, yeah? And just take it. Like Triller today, I got to say, I'm quite impressed that he didn't like get upset with a man literally laughing in his face. Now, Abu Kantada, yeah, you're somebody, once I find your details, you're 100% going to be reported. Now, people say I'll report everybody. I haven't. I've only reported 4 people to MI5, 4 of them. And one of them was ISIS Bob, who's now in prison, by the FBI, and he's going to be charged, I think, soon. I might get 20 years. So I was right about him and 1 or 2 other people, yeah? So those people, but with you 100%, yeah, you're going to get reported. As soon as I find out who you are, because you said you're a carer, and your freaking filthy mindset, yeah, needs to be looked into, yeah, because you are one of the most dangerous, nastiest, extremist people. Even your own Muslim brothers know you're an extremist. I've been told 100 times you're a cunt, yeah, and you're an extremist. Now, like I said, like with these guys, yeah, I know people are going to go, well, Raj, you know, I don't want to hear it, but But let me tell you something. I'm shoving a red pill down your throat to the Sikhs out there. I'm shoving a red pill down your throat, yeah. You had to hear this, yeah, because I've heard this at Speaker's Corner. What you don't understand, the reason why I'm not, look, firstly, let me say something. No one likes their religion to be cussed out or mocked and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I don't like it, yeah. But I become kind of immune to it because when I used to go to Speaker's Corner, I heard all this stuff there. I heard all this stuff there. Yeah, it wasn't on camera, but it was always when I was walking past, or somebody would say, "You worship a monkey," rah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and so I become a little bit, what's that noise? A little bit impervious to it. Yeah, but to you lot, it's going to be a bit of a shock to the system. But you're going to just get used to it. It's not a problem. Just listen to them and realize that everything they're accusing others of, they do the same. And this is why it's very difficult for people to have sympathy with the majority Sunni population, because when you go around the world, nearly every Muslim-run country, their minorities are treated like absolute garbage. Yeah, absolute garbage. Hopefully that noise doesn't ruin it. Absolute garbage. Yeah, complete disrespect to the minorities. But when they're in the West and other countries, they moan if anything happens, even minor stuff. But I do want to say this here to all the Muslims out there that are kind of saying, look, yeah, this isn't a good thing, don't do this, don't do that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, yeah, these videos are proving one thing that I've said from day dot. Faz and all of these lot have zero respect for Sikhs. Yeah, they have zero respect. Yeah, and I've always known this because I've conversated with them and they've had zero respect. And other Sikhs that were going against me, yeah, now know that these guys have zero respect for Sikhs. They think, yeah, the only kind of Sikhs that they like are drunken, Bhangra loving Sikhs. But anybody else has got a voice, or people that want to say stuff, or people that don't want to part with their bullshit, they're the ones they don't like, yeah. So you've got to be red-pilled on this. I'm telling you straight now, you need to be red-pilled to that to freaking stop the thing, yeah. So yeah, I'm ranting a little bit. Obviously, because I'm not doing live streams, it's hard for me. I can't really talk or anything. Internet's still down. But the thing is, like, with the Halima situation, it is getting serious in my opinion. I think the woman's mentally ill. She's definitely somebody that is an incompetent mother. I don't like bringing in people's parenting skills, but we know for a fact that in 2006, in a news article, she nearly let her kid drown. And what was she doing at the time? Was she, I don't know, looking at her phone? What was she doing? Like, was she ranting or whatever? So for me personally, if anybody needs prevent on her door, it's her. Now, I warned you and I warned you, Jalil. I kept on warning you and warning you. But you've now put me in a position where I feel I have to do it after hearing your last 3 live streams. What was in your last 3 live streams? I'm not going to tell you the bit that you messed up, yeah, or made me realise I need to report you, because you'll probably take it down, but it doesn't matter because I got it downloaded by somebody anyway. But you need to be looked at, yeah. You need to be looked at, because I'm worried about what you're teaching people around you, especially, you know, the youngsters around, like your family and stuff. What are you because you're actually radicalizing people. Now, with you lot, yeah, I have to say this, yeah. The people that talk about me like I'm some kind of godfather, yeah, the Godfather has the power to destroy something. Dude, you sound pathetic, man. You sound pathetic. Yeah, and you know, sometimes I listen to the streams, yeah, and I'm listening and going, who is, you know, if I tried to put myself out of the Speaker's Corner thing and just think about people talking about me as somebody that doesn't know me, yeah, like I'm a different person. And when I hear the way they talk about me, it's like I'm a freaking machine. The Raj. And I'm like, dude, who is this guy? I think to myself, I'd have an image in my head of some big dude, some formidable guy. And in reality, it's me. In reality, it's me, yeah. So it's embarrassing, yeah, that you guys are so freaking mind-effed by one little Sikh guy. Imagine, this is why the Sikhs are so formidable though, because you don't need a lot of us in order to kind of get a point across, yeah. There's no point having 1.5 billion if you can't do nothing, yeah. If you can't do nothing, yeah, it's better to have a smaller amount, yeah, because at least they're more effective. So, like I said, let the shows carry on. The more they talk, the more information they're giving me, the more stuff they're saying, the better it is, because even Mr. Singer Real one have disappeared from your channel. What's so stupid about these guys is that the Sikhs, yeah, that were supporting them, yeah, now look stupid for one. You look stupid, Mr. Singer Rowan, don't you? I bet you feel stupid now. Yeah, I bet you feel stupid when you saw the chat today. Did you see the chat today? How much disrespect to Sikhs for like an hour and a half straight. And these guys say to me, "Hey, Raj, you don't control the chat. Raj, you don't control the chat." Did you look at your chat today, bitch? In the last couple of days, the amount of anti-Sikh filth in there. Did you see it? So my point has been proven. Yeah? Everything you're accusing others of, you do 10 times. And I'll say this here, rather than worrying about, like to Halima and Fuddle Faz and reaction, rather than worrying about me, yeah, as one little Sikh guy, yeah, why don't you worry about the real jihadis and extremists and terrorists in your community? You know, the ones that are going around killing people. You know, the ones that, you know, go around stabbing people on the street. You know, the ones that are blowing themselves up in London and other places like Manchester. You know, those guys. You know, the ones that have really hurt people and killed people. Yeah, why don't you worry about those guys? Because those guys are the ones, yeah, that are bringing your community down. Yeah, they're the ones that are causing the problems, and they're the ones that you need to tackle. But instead, what you're worried about is me. Now, this is the biggest problem with you. You say you call your Muslim brothers out. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. The only reason you've ever called them out is because you've got a personal beef with someone, and you say to them. The reason why there's so much extremism and terrorism is because you're not calling them out. If you was calling them out, they wouldn't be happening, would it? Yeah? So Jareel, you especially, God knows when you're gonna freaking do whatever you're gonna do. I don't know what she's gonna do. We're gonna see. I bet we're gonna see her in the news one day that she's done something crazy. I am gonna do a couple of shows just addressing one or two issues. I'm not gonna really take too much notice of those shows. I only listen to them to see the anti-Sikh stuff, and I just note what time it was. And I want to do a compilation because I'm gonna do a super compilation. I've already got hours. I think I've got like 2 hours worth of compilation already. Yeah. But the thing is that there's going to be two subjects I will touch. One of them is going to be reincarnation and what is more just, reincarnation and karma or eternal hellfire. Remember, eternal hellfire is for eternity, and I'm going to actually give some videos of actual Muslim scholars talking about what happens in hell. About your skin being peeled off forever, people putting hot kind of stuff, molten down your stomach, and that happens for eternity, and people are begging for forgiveness from God, but God will not forgive them. And so whatever we think about reincarnation and karma, it is a tough subject, yeah. But out of the two, yeah, there's no doubt reincarnation is the more logical. If God truly is loving, merciful, and forgiving, he would give his creations more than one chance, yeah. And so on Fuddle Faz's, he actually played a perfect video of Bhai Jugaraj Singh saying this. And I knew it was effective because in the chat, all the Muslims were going mad that you're causing fitna. Because it made sense. He's like, how can you have a God that's loving and merciful if he's burning his creations for eternity after one or two mistakes? And so reincarnation 100% makes more sense. So I'm going to go through the two because obviously they mention it. Most of the stuff I'm going to ignore, but the other thing I'm going to talk about is going to be slaughter of animals, because obviously, you know, Fuddle Faz is playing a video of the Nihang Singhs, which is a military order within the Sikhs. So you have you know, obviously you have Sikhs, you have the baptized Gursikhs or the Amritdhari Sikhs, and then you have, you know, the Nihang Singhs, which are like a military order. They're always kind of geared up for war and stuff like that. Yeah, obviously there's no war at the moment, but they have that kind of mindset, and so they have a bit of a different kind of rules and regulations at that point. Now, I've never said, yeah, Sikhs have to be vegetarian. I've said, yeah, I'm vegetarian, and I believe vegetarian is the way forwards. Yeah, vegetarian is the best option. But within Sikhism, yeah, there's this kind of difference of opinions. Yeah, we can have difference of opinions. Yeah, and so one thing's for definite: we cannot eat meat which is cruelly sacrificed or killed. Yeah, and halal meat, whether you like it or not, is a very slow, cruel process. And now the reason you know this, and I want to show some videos, is that, give an example, when you're doing Gatka, yeah, I mean, when you're doing Jatka, which is the way the Sikhs will slaughter an animal. So in the past, when we was at war, we can't be living on vegetables, yeah, at that time. So when you're at war, I don't give a shit, man. If I'm at war and I'm stuck in a forest somewhere and my family is about to be attacked, I'm eating whatever's there, yeah. If there's a freaking goat there, I'm eating it for the energy, yeah. Now, I don't eat meat generally. But what they would do the slaughter, like, you know, when you have in the old days where you cut from the back of the neck, yeah, you know, when you do execution from the back of the neck, one flat full swoop and your head comes off, yeah. Now that, yeah, is a million times, although I disagree with it up to a point, yeah, I don't really want to do that, but if I had to, that's the way I'd do it. Now you can tell that that's more probably the best way to do it, because when you're looking at executions, when they're executing someone so they don't feel too much pain, they go from the top back of the neck downwards, yeah, and a straight cut with a sharp blade. But when you want to torture someone, yeah, you go from the neck upwards, and that's how halal meat is done, going from the neck here upwards, yeah. And you'll see that on ISIS videos or decapitation videos. Don't ask how I know. When they're doing trying to torture someone, they go from the bottom here, and it's exactly, when I looked at that, and I've seen a lot of animal cruelty videos, yeah, and I've done all of them, including in fact, I'm going to be honest with you, and let me go back to a minute. So then basically they cut from the bottom upwards to torture the thing, and they do the exact same thing when they're doing the cutting of the animals, yeah. And so why? The reason why Sikhs cannot eat that is because it's cruelly done. It's not humane. I don't care if you claim Islamophobia. It's wrong, yeah? Now, I will say one thing. If it's proven that the animals that are being slaughtered in the halal farms have a free range, and then they're killed like that, I would still, yeah, instead of what they do with a factory farming, where the animals are cramped, their lives are total miserable for all of their eternity, then I would still say that I would go with the halal way over that one. I'm being honest with you, because the problem is this, yeah, I'd rather the animal be free and have a little bit of pain than the animal being in pain for its entire life. So out of the two, if that's true, because I've heard that Muslims say that they have a free range, if that's true, I'd prefer the two, but they're still both bad. Yeah, still both bad. And even with the jutka, like, if you're going to kill an animal, you go from the back of the neck, bang, yeah, just take it down like that, yeah, straight down. And that's why they do executions like that, you know, all over the world. Whenever they used to do beheadings, they do it from the neck downwards for a reason. Yeah, like I said, Fadak, I've got a couple of people that I need to start researching. Wolfgang's going to be my main one. I haven't got much on him, but I'm going to start really looking into Wolfgang, because Wolfgang's a right little cunt, yeah. I think I know what channel you're behind. So if that channel is there, we might start doing some research here. Fadak, we'll see what he does next. Fadak is reactionary. Let's see if he starts talking about my family and starts doing stuff like this. We'll see what Fadak does, then I'll send the recordings over to wherever I need to. Halima, I'm 100% going to be reporting you to Prevent. I think you're dangerous. I think you're freaking mentally unhinged, and you're one step away from doing something crazy, yeah? You're one step away from doing it, and then Prevent you. And if you're not, nothing's wrong with you, fair enough, yeah? Now, when it comes to the Fuddul Faz and all that kind of stuff, Fuddul Faz, keep doing your thing, Puddida. Keep doing it, yeah? Keep doing it. The more you do it, the more you're sending Sikhs over to me, yeah? You're building the Raj army, yeah? All the naysayers that used to say, Raj, you're this, oh, these people are okay, are proving it now. These guys have no respect for Sikhs. They have no respect for any other religion, whether it's Buddhism, Hinduism. Even Jen Wallace is starting to realise, yeah? Even I saw her in the chat, and she's like, what are these guys talking about? They have no respect for any other religion, yeah? They don't talk about it in respectful ways. They won't acknowledge any of the good bits and stuff. They're just totally disrespectful, yeah, to the faiths. And so slowly, you lot are seeing it, yeah? And I'm glad you've done this for Dolfaz. Carry on, yeah? Make my day. Put it down. When you start crying afterwards, why have all the Sikhs turned against you? You got yourself to blame. Anyway, big up.